What kind of wakes me up every morning would be
Whoa, 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 get out the way, get out the way, get out the way, yeah. Yeah. Get out the way, get the fuck up out my way, yeah. Yeah. You either with me or against me, ho.
We're in Burbank at the beautiful Mag Park, a premier sneaker reseller in the West Coast, I would say. My man Miki. We're walking around, we're talking about our Menlo Club, kind of walk out your comfort zone, and then he's just showing me shoes, because like I don't have anything outside New Republic anymore, or 5'4".
believe in the brand.
Believe in the brand. And I'm also out of touch when it comes to sneakers. So.
We'll show you some stuff.
So we're just looking around. I may play some basketball.
I bring her money to change up the topic. I got a 19 and it folded in my pocket. She gave me a number, now I gotta block it. I'm mixing the dirty bills in with the profit. Clean that shit up and I give it right back to him. If I don't fuck with him, then
I'm Miki from the Mag Park. We're located in Burbank, California, and also have stores in Buena Park, Melrose, Las Vegas, and the Topanga Mall. The first moment that I thought of starting Mag Park had to do with the lack of culture for footwear and apparel in the San Fernando Valley. And that's when it just sparked to kind of fill that void and have people not have to go over the hill into other areas. My most recent loss or failure would have to be purchasing 50 pairs of shoes that the price plummeted about a week after it actually released, and we just gotta take your losses and keep moving. Recent moment I'm proud of is celebrating our 3-year anniversary back in August. We're at our Burbank location, and knowing how far we've come from a couple brands to a bunch of different wholesale brands, and now the size of our inventory, it's been cool. What I fear the most is not being able to give the proper attention to each different location. I think expansion being so rapid for us as a young company, now being at 5 locations in 3 years, not being able to kind of keep up with that expansion is what kind of gives me that bit of fear at times. I look up to D. I look up to Eric Thomas is a good example. Shout out to Kevin Sturdivant. There's definitely, and my parents, really. What kind of wakes me up every morning would be my family. It would be what I've been able to leave behind with this culture, this industry. I just want to be able to have made an impact in some form, and as well as my staff. We're a tight-knit group, and my why is really to just continue to elevate them along with myself. I would say the Nike Epic Reacts would be a shoe that everybody should. It's super comfortable and flexible. You could go out with it, you could work out in it. I like that shoe.
So what are the hot shoes right now?
Where did you leave off in the world of what you were wearing pre-New Republic?
So probably my last hype shoe, I don't even know if it's hype, but I thought it was the Air Max Zero or 1.
Okay,
I think when they brought it back.
The Zero, with Tinker.
Yes.
And the little dots and
yes,
stuff like that.
That was probably the last shoe I was like, oh, I gotta have.
Okay.
And then the OG Ultra Boost.
Yeah.
With the blue and black.
Yeah, that's super hot.
Yeah, that's it.
After
that, I haven't really gotten a shoe.
Yeah.
Except Ultra Boost to run.
Okay.
But I'm just buying whatever, I don't really.
So probably since then, besides the Zero, the resurgence of Off-White, obviously with Nike.
So do all the other silhouettes that Off-White does selling? Like, obviously you can't get this, you just get the Vapor Maxes?
Yeah, so you get like a Vapor Max that's the silhouette basically that matches to it. I would say that goes pretty well with the Vapor Max because it's just a generally pretty dope shoe. There's no other Presto that really looks like the Off-White Presto. It's like all deconstructed,
That's the most coveted Off-White one, right?
This colorway and this model is probably one of the more coveted.
How much is that?
This one is probably now hitting for $2,000 or $2,200.
Wow.
Yeah, for
how many pairs do you think
10.
they made into that?
I'd be taking a shot in the dark. But it's a couple thousand across the country. And then they came out with like an all black colorway and a white colorway. and these are hitting for like $850.
Much more
each.
affordable.
More affordable.
Yeah.
Half the price, but there's probably also double the amount of those. But this is probably the most expensive at the moment of the collection.
Yeah.
The Chicago one. This one's at $3,000 for a size 7.
Wow.
And that's actually like $500 to $1,000 less than like our competitors.
Really?
Not to throw shade, but you know.
So this is a deal.
It's just a hard. Yeah,
This is a bargain.
That's a bargain right there. If you were to invest in a shoe, that's the shoe you invest in.
Really?
It's a good one. I mean,
Because it's
So-
not going to be released.
well, I'll give you an example too. When these first came out, the first month after release, I could literally buy these from anybody for $900
Wow.
to like $1,000, and literally getting them offered left and right. And if you sit on it long enough, like that's when the value starts to go up, because typically when it's the first release, first colorway, they'll go up in value a lot faster than some of the other colorways, like the UNC.
Is there that went up?
This one's like 800 now.
And I remember
900.
seeing it cheaper.
Yeah, it used to be 7-ish. Like 6. I think I bought a pair for like $700 when it first dropped.
Got it.
This world is also kind of hard for people who just like wear your everyday shoe and whatever the case may be. And the real explanation I always tell people is like, we're not charging you for the product, we're charging you for the convenience.
Yeah.
Because a shoe like this, some kid probably waited a week outdoors in some like crazy weather,
Yeah.
and you don't know what went through the blood sweat to get that shoe.
Yeah.
Versus, something like that, something like a Yeezy
Got
is not gonna be
online.
worth as much because you got to sleep in and they were still online at 5 o'clock in the
Yeah.
afternoon.
Yeah.
So it's really the convenience is what I feel determines the hype or the market of the product.
If a kid buys any of these shoes, are they even wearing it? Or wear it once, gram it, keep it moving?
I feel like most kids, and I don't blame them, is you wear it a couple times. You make sure your friends see it. You
Yeah.
make sure like somebody else sees it. You go on a date or something.
Yeah.
You gram it,
Yeah.
and then it's done.
Yeah, and you keep it clean as fuck.
And then you keep it clean as fuck. And then resell it, get your money back, and put it into another shoe.
Yeah.
I think that's
I like that model.
I recently had this kid who wanted to intern with me, and the first thing first to do is I sent him home, and I gave him this like basically like a life balance sheet that I use, and like told him to fill out his entire inventory, like what he bought it for, what he could sell it for,
Yeah.
minus a consignment fee because you're gonna take a loss there, and what does that look like?
Yeah.
And he came back and he was just like, I didn't realize I had this much money just sitting in my closet. Like, I want to sell it all. I was like, well, dude, that's
Yeah.
like, you gotta like know how to revolve it. Like I had a rule for a long time, which I've started to fall off of just based on like what I want. But like I would only buy shoes that I knew would go up in value at some point, so
Yeah.
that I could wear it. And then like if I ever decide to just
Yeah.
make some room,
Yeah.
I'm still like positive on my like
Yeah.
balance sheet of
Yeah.
shoes.
Yeah.
So
How many shoes do you have now?
I've cut it down to about like 50, 40
Wow.
ish. I used to hit like the 100, 150.
Yeah.
And then I had a bigger apartment when I went to downtown, smaller apartment. I was like, all right, let me like
Yeah.
cut
Consolidate.
this down to like what.
And you're not gonna
I'll
wear all those anyways.
No, heck no. And I'd always end up wearing the same like 10,
Yeah.
So it just made more sense for me to like reduce, and makes my life a little easier and decisions easier. So.
Kiss me, ho.